Welcome to my April energy update, living transmission. Now, I've called it this for a very important reason. This is one of those updates where it's more about a massive collective theme. So if you guys remember back in December, we talked all about epiphany, right? Well, we have a massive theme this month. And the theme, you guys, sorry, I looked at the chat. Seeing you guys just makes me so happy. So I'm going to refocus. Are you guys ready for the most important theme this month that all the energy, all the planets have aligned to discuss? It is the concept of amor fati, to love your fate. Now, as I really develop this, I want you to really feel into this. Think of what March energy was. Who else, raise your hand, was in massive life review in March? You probably couldn't help it. You probably had all kinds of memories and things really come up. Stuff maybe that didn't even bother you, but you're like, what am I even processing? Well, two eclipses is going to do that. And also Mercury retrograde, which we are currently still in, is going to do that. But now we're going to come out of this. The fog is lifting. Your higher self, the collective consciousness, is telling you to love your fate. So what does this mean for us this month? We have cards we were dealt. We're mature on this path. We've all looked at our traumas. We've all looked at the wounding. And now we're not sitting here in victimhood, right? We are saying, you know what, universe? These are my cards. I'm going to play the hell out of these cards. That is what April energy is all about. These are the cards that I have been dealt in this lifetime. And yeah, some past life stuff too. Point being, these are mine. So, message one, own your cards, own your fate, show gratitude, trust the uncertainty, and play the hell out of it because this is your life. This is your time to really show the universe that you appreciate it and you're not just going to sit around. You are going to play. So really feel into this transmission here. That's what this is about. So basically, what's key underneath this? We're not in resistance. We're not resisting the things that we cannot change. We're not resisting the different waves of emotions that are coming up for us this month. Nope. In April, we look at it, we stare right down the barrel of our own lives and we go, okay, I'm here to play ball. We accept life with all its uncertainties, with all the different things that have been thrown at us. And we say, you know what, universe, I got this. I know alchemy. I'm going to transmute this into gold. Okay. All of that encompasses April energy. So I am going to walk us back and we're going to talk about some key astrology, but that's really the transmission. I really want you to think about this month, right? So what are we saying? We know what divine perfection is. That's what our fate is. We see life as divine perfection, and then we walk the earth that way. We process that way. That is what's so important. We embrace it and we run with it, right? Gratitude for the journey. We're here. Now, what else are we looking at? Well, we came out of a long winter. We did a lot of processing. We talked about Chiron. We talked about all the shadow work. We talked about a lot of karma in the last few months. It's been pretty karmic these last couple years. Now we come into spring and we go, okay, let's make this our dharma. And that is what really embracing amor fati is going to do for us. Now we had the eclipse yesterday. So let me see how you guys are feeling today. I hope you're feeling pretty good. So we have this crazy, look at my hair. We have our eclipse yesterday, our partial solar eclipse. Of course, we have the total lunar eclipse. Now, I shared something the other day about this ending a 2-year cycle. So think of where you were back in April 2 years ago. Think of where you are now. Those themes, those karmic themes specifically that you struggled with, that is what we've closed the door on. And so today begins the first day of that new creation cycle. So this is very important. And that's why Amor Fati is coming in as the concept too, because look at this energy you're coming into April with. That's powerful stuff, you guys. That's powerful stuff. So what are we going to say? We're facing our traumas head on. We're saying, okay, here it is. I'm not afraid of this. I'm looking at these cards. These are pretty awesome cards. I know it's been a long journey. I'm here to awaken now. after this long winter. I'm here to bloom and really make spring what I want it to be. I want to launch the creative projects. We're going to talk about manifestation towards the end of the month because this is a great time for that as well. So let's wrap up Amor Fati. These are my cards. Watch me engage universe. Watch me engage life. Watch me really, really embody my essence and move forward with this. I'm going to embody my essence, and also I'm going to see what happens because I'm in complete trust with the universe right now, okay? Get into that mindset, okay? We went through so much purging the last couple months. In April, we come home to ourselves, right? So what can that mean? We accept fate, but also we use it to thrive. But we come home to ourselves. We know ourselves. We come back to who we are now after all this purging that we did. So pretty cool stuff here too. I'm checking what you guys are seeing here into the chart. Yeah, wild, wild stuff here into the chat. I mean, I got excited. Someone's talking about their chart here. So with that, let's jump into some key dates. And then of course, what are we going to talk about? Just how the crystal of the month and the animal totem is going to support us throughout these next couple of weeks here. So April 7th, Mercury goes direct. Awesome, right? We love that. So what does this mean? We're going to look for that clarity. This is the fog clearing. This is us reorienting, and then this is us really executing those big plans that we have for ourselves. And of course, that can mean a lot of different things to people, but it's good. It's a good window. It's an auspicious time. Things are kind of coming back into balance by themselves. I want to say this just because of what was transmuted through this eclipse cycle. So that's very fun to look forward to, right? April 12th, full moon in Libra. Yeah, that's what we got going on. So we're going to look for a lot of harmony and balance in our connections here. This is another time where it's like, okay, whatever interpersonal communications need a little bit more depth, maybe need a little bit more clarity. That's also something that we can look forward to as well. And as you know, the way higher self gives us the information for today, the crystal and of course the animal totem are really about like loyalty, deep connection to those in our circle, to our family, and like really helping the people that we love. And so, with that said, that full moon is going to contribute to that energy as well. So, let's see here. This is a time where okay, manifestation. We don't like manifest on eclipses. We know this, and the nights of moons. There's other rituals we can do, but a manifestation window is opening once we're in Taurus season. And really, don't feel like constricted by the certain like astrology things that I'm saying. Like, you can really just like, okay, let me put it this way. When I know I'm ready to manifest something, I do it. I don't think about what's going on. I take charge of my fate. But I do want to pay attention to April 27th. Okay. So this new moon in Taurus is about bringing the things that we've been working to into the physical, right? Taurus, earth sign, very physical. So really, I would say if you work with crystals, which, I hope you do if you watch these, working with green crystals, especially on that date, that's going to reflect prosperity, abundance, bringing things into the physical. So basically, that week, even prior to like before it, like it is going to have, it's almost like the gateway for manifestation with ease. So this is just happening. I'm just telling you these dates so you can kind of like, okay, what do I have going on now? Like, where do I want to be more intentional? But basically, it's going to be very productive energy around that time. So manifestations becoming physical, that's what you can look forward to in April. So April energy is pretty exciting. We're going to take charge of our fate. Things are going to come through for us. Let me tell you what else we got going on here too. So the crystal of the month that we're going to talk about actually like really soon. There's just like a lot going on with it. Work with that on the 27th. Okay. It's kind of a hint of what we'll be talking about. It's because of its color and it's because of the prosperity too, but also the heart healing. Heart healing is something I know, so many of us work towards, like physically, emotionally. But what about those heart activations? Well, April is a good month to work with more heart themed crystals. So This isn't, we're not getting to the crystal of the month yet, but we've talked about malachite, right? For that type of heart healing, especially paired with the animal totem I'm about to talk about. Yeah, it's happening. So, with that said, really think of the color green. If we're going to work with color therapy in April, that's what you want to work with too. So, a lot of really cool stuff, energetically going on here. Now, if we want to talk about some core April themes, we already talked about the Amorpha T, very important concept here. But what is April energy? Like, if you want to know, okay, what do I really need to be aware of? Where's my mind going to be? Or where should I put my thoughts in order to make the most of this month energetically? It's going to be this: purpose, balance, stability, and power. Purpose, balance, stability, and power. That is what we have access to in April. All pretty important themes. So, whether you feel like you've done a good job, working towards this, or, this is something that you're trying to cultivate, well, you've got the energy for this. You've got this new eclipse cycle, which is really important, right? New beginnings, new cycle, launching the new projects. You have all that. So maybe even just thinking about this now, you will come into connection with purpose. I think one of the main reasons my higher self brought in the crystal we're about to talk about is because it represents purpose and it helps us connect to it, but it helps us make it physical. I talked about manifestation. So bringing everything we want into earth, into the physical. This is the month for that. So yeah, yeah, exciting things here. So you really want to launch those passion projects in April. We've got the Aries energy that's going to help us bring that forward, and then you're going to get the stability, you're going to get the discipline with the Taurus energy at the end of the month. So that is sort of like the bird's eye view situation with that too. So I'm just checking with you guys here in the chat here. So this is a month too for just like, what have you been putting off? Like, if you've been putting something off, like a conversation, something you want to do, plans you're supposed to make, it'll be easier. Go for it now. This is when you want to go for this stuff. The taking the action, the if you're planning a trip, like really do that research for that now. Like, this is the time for planning and being excited about things and really like infusing your energy into things that you care about. But one of the most important things in April you want to take a look at is finally doing things that really like reflect you being in your power. Like, doing the things that allow people to see you in your power, to see you thriving, right? Have you been scared of claiming your power? Maybe you have that fear of being seen. Maybe you're working through that sort of witch wound healing where you feel like you'll be persecuted if you speak up and really stand in your power. Well, April's the really the month to go for that. I'm not going to be surprised if I in my healing sessions, like past lives is just built into my modality with quantum spirit healing. So many witch wound past lives have been coming up because more and more people are stepping into that power, into that purpose, and they're no longer afraid for being seen for it. Really, they're working through those persecution wounds. That could come up for you in April as you really go into like putting yourself out there, right? And being seen for that power. So that's another super important theme here, too. A few things here. Let's see. Working through the real roots for fearlessness. I think that is one of the most important and powerful intentions, Shannon. Thank you for sharing that. I knew to like glance down here too, and see here. Yeah, you guys know you got this. So really going into that concept of fearlessness, that's underneath all these things. Why don't we look at being fearlessly in our power, fearlessly using our voice, expression, maybe fearlessly embracing and loving our fate and driving it forward that way. So all these things that may be coming to you as you're right here in the chat with me, or you're watching this replay later, really think of this as your personal activation, or your higher self bringing you what really like your personal map and guide is going to be for the energy this month. This is so exciting. Like, isn't this fun? Irma, I love what you just said. Loving fiercely. Yeah, loving fiercely. Mm. We should be doing more of that, right? Actually, funny enough, Crystal of the Month, Irma, you're onto something. Really helps us love fiercely, because what it is about is like engaging in this physical experience, right? So what's part of physicality? Not denying ourselves our human connection and love and passion, drive, excitement for life, the things that we do want to enjoy here while we're on this spiritual journey. So there you go. Love this step too. So, taking steps to really embody your purpose. Have your mind frame here this like first week to really just think about that. And then honestly, if you're already there, take the steps now. That's what this energy is supporting. So it's exciting. Yeah, it's good stuff here too. So, like I said, this is the time now we're moving in to these next couple weeks of like manifestation, lots of physical action, lots of movement, right? Making the things we've been thinking about our reality coming out, showing ourselves, showing our talents, not being afraid to have that power reflected to us. Okay. So the mindset for April, this is going to be your mindset. Like just think of yourself as just golden. You are golden. You are blessed. It's already mine. That it's already mine energy. Bring that authority into everything. We know that's the key to manifestation, right? So if we already know that, let's infuse it in how we move. Let's infuse it in every single thing that we do, right? And we know where it's coming from. It's coming from confidence. It's not this like weird possessive energy. So big moves in April, right? And March, we really talked about the embodying that clairsentience and our humanity. Well, now let's like see what happens when we put this all together. That's what April energy is going to do. And also know too, like if you really did have trouble getting organized the last couple months, like that's okay because April energy is supporting you really like coming forward and making moves finally, all the moves that you've wanted to make this whole time, but maybe it was just like confusing, maybe you weren't grounded enough, maybe March was that whole month of just like being here in the physical, grounding yourself, and now we know what to do with it. So lots of great flow here too. So I want you to think of this time now though with like what we're talking about with this action energy from this moment on. Think of it like we're catching a wave and we're riding this momentum wave through the summer up to like that last week of July, right before the Lionsgate portal. This is like the time for you to really put things in motion that will change your life, that will get you to where you want to be. So the next time, let's say around the Lionsgate, right, when it's such a great time for manifestation and really coming forward and expressing ourselves, you're going to be an entirely different person in the best way possible. You're going to be more confident. You're going to feel that confidence from the momentum and the flow that you created, right? Why? Because you decided to love your fate and play the hell out of these cards and really transmute so much of the heaviness. Like I said, last 2 years, the deepest karmic lessons so many of us experienced, right? So as you're processing this, don't forget the whole compassion aspect for ourselves. That's always key here. So, good stuff, you guys. I like this. So, your voice is going to be more dominant where it needs to be by the time we get to the Lionsgate portal. I have no doubt. I can fully say this. Okay. That's what it's going to be because you're actually integrating, processing, and stepping into this cycle fearlessly, right? That's what we're doing here, too. I want to see what you guys said. I love what's going on here. Yeah, Irma, it feels we were in the void to be catapulted through the birth canal and off we go. Yes, that's April energy. It's off we go. So exciting stuff. And so, how do you guys feel about that? Yeah, you feel that momentum. You're hearing it now. That's why I called this energy update. This one's a little different. This is that living transmission, meaning if you just need to go back and just hear the amor fati portion of this to really, okay, sorry, I like yelled. I got excited. That was I'm fully into this, you guys. Like I said, higher self gives me what I'm going to talk about right before this, and I go, yeah, yeah. I get organized, and I go, why shouldn't I play my cards? What am I letting myself? What am I holding myself back from? Like, what are we actually blocking ourselves from? We need to get out of our thoughts. We need to look at what's in front of us. We need to really embrace things, embrace that fate, and go for it. If not now, when? Yes, I went full Sag, Irma. I get really passionate about fate, talking about this stuff, man. Sarah just said, I feel like a Lisa Frank folder. I feel seen right now, Sarah. I feel like a Lisa Frank folder. I feel like the complete binder with the little thing that has all the pencils in there and all that stuff. Okay. Okay. Even just looking at that dolphin emoji activated me. So let me regroup. Can someone please find out if Lisa Frank is a Sag? Oh, that'll feel really, really good. Okay. So with that said, let's jump into the crystal of the month. I think we're all ready for this because it's just gonna bring, I was a minute late, you guys, because I could not find the crystal of the month because it camouflaged into all this stuff here. So now we know what we're working with. How is the crystal of the month going to support us? Does anyone want to place your bets? It's actually really heavy, so give me a second. The crystal of the month is jade. Let's take a look. This is green jade. Yes, you could see the ring lights going off. Well, maybe we should go in the middle. You guys, this is actually very heavy. So, yes, the nail polish choice was intentional. You know what's awesome about green jade? As soon as you hold it, it is one of the crystals that instantly transmits its healing energy. This is one of the stones you pick up and you go, wow, dude, I feel it. Yeah, I said, dude, I grew up in SoCal. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, this is serious jade here. Jade is one of those stones that gifting it to someone makes their life better, makes your life better too. I'm gonna show you the piece that I lost here in the sofa. So here we have another piece of jade. So this is my jade elephant, which I really love. Just take this guy in. Cool, right? Yeah. So, I am going to tell you where you should buy your jade at the end of this. It's very important. So let's jump into jade. Now, funny enough, jade does support Aries and Taurus, but it's also said to really support Gemini and Libra. I think it supports everyone. And yes, Irma, Mayan vibes. Jade is, oh, it's so important. I'm getting too excited. I did it again. Full dolphin. Okay. It's known as the Emperor's Stone, highly valued in ancient China, of course, modern day China, highly valued by the Mayans as well. And what's great about this is like, okay, if we just break jade down for a second, let's look at this gorgeous elephant one more time here. Jade, break it down into this: abundance, prosperity, health, and purpose. Okay. All of those things are just emanating from that. The reason Jade has come through this month is because purpose. Purpose is one of those big themes that we just talked about, right? Having Jade will break down the barriers to help you find your purpose. If you have not so done that already, it'll lead you to that, right? It'll give you information in your dreams. But also, if you already know what your purpose is, it helps make it physical, make it real, okay? And it's going to give you those breakthroughs for that. So, really, what it does too is it encourages us to embrace being in the physical. It's a very earthy physical stone. You guys just saw just literally saw like how green it is and the different elements into it. And, you can find like some really cool variants of it. And, there's lavender jade, there's blue jade, there's all kind. Why do we want jade? Well, for this update too, it does talk about the like the physical aspect of life. So it says revel in life, play, enjoy it, make connections, love. This sounds like an amor fati crystal to me. It really is telling you to step up in your life and make the most of it. So thank you again, higher self, for that connection for us. And so it also really says not only just step up in what you're doing, it says step up and become who you are. Really feel into this. Become who you are. This can mean a lot of things to different people. Have you guys ever heard Alan Watts' talk on becoming who you are? You can also get the book. Start there. Start there to learn different dimensions. But really, what does it matter? What does it mean to you? That's what matters. Alan Watts matters. He's one of my favorite teachers. But what I'm saying is like, if you need help with discovering what it means to embody and step up who you are, give that a listen. Now for you guys watching this, you know who you are. Step up and become it. Embody. April energy supports embodiment, right? You're a spiritual master having a human experience. Own that. You're powerful. Wake up and own it. That is what Jade represents. That's what it's telling you. Now, a good thing about Jade too, let me pick this one up. I'm telling you, this is really heavy. This guy here represents deep heart healing too. So physical heart healing, activating the heart center. Oh, this feels really good. Just hold it up here. Now, in Mayan society, this was just reveled for dream work. I know you guys are interested in dream work. And a lot of times too, when we talk about animal totems, we do work with them in the dreamscape. So basically, Jade is going to help you remember your dreams. It's going to help you understand your dreams. If you sleep with a small piece underneath your pillow, that's going to help you release and process any stuck emotions. And then in dream time, you'll be processing those stuck emotions in your waking conscious state. Yeah, you're going to feel the integration and processing of that too, because what are you going to have? You're going to have the awareness that this stone brings you. So, really cool stuff with Jade here. Now, listen, in Mayan traditions, it brings harmony to the physical, emotional bodies, the intellectual bodies, but it was also highly valued for the dream work. So, in the like traditional Mayan dream tradition of doing dream work, okay? That's what that's for. So I would explore this. If you're into dream work, look into what the Mayans did for their dream practices. That's why it was known as the dream stone. That's how they worked with it too. Let's see, a couple things that I want you to know. So Mayan culture, like I said, this is used in their dream time rituals. And in addition to that, like this is a powerful piece. It's also like a talisman in Maori cultures as well. Super powerful. You can find jade in many places. Let me see here what you guys are saying here. Yeah, big grounding heart energy into the planet. Exactly, Irma. And also know too, you guys, with any crystals that we talk about, if you make a grid with it and you use tourmaline, black tourmaline, we know our October crystal, that's going to ground that energy too. So if you want to go, like, let me just say it this way, if you want to go super deep into your heart healing this month, do jade, do some rose quartz, do some malachite. You can throw in kunzite too, whatever you're vibing, and then anchor it down with, do some quartz for the amplification, and then anchor it down too with your black tourmaline. Okay, I just channeled like the perfect grid. We're all going to go and make that grid, right? Tonight after we watch White Lotus and see what happens. Okay, that's what we're going to do today too. Maybe it'll transmute the crazy energy that show gives off. But anyway, I'm getting excited. Dolphin is coming through here. So why was it also highly valued in Mayan tradition? Well, it transmutes negative energy. Oh, yep. This is one of those auric vacuum, clean it out type of crystals. But also, what did we talk about? It helps make our dreams physical, a reality too. So a lot of that energy is coming through in April. What have I been dreaming about? What am I working towards? Like, let's take it out of the dreamscape now. Let's make it real. Come on. When we get into May, timeless May, yeah, you're gonna want to know what to do. You're gonna want to create some anchor points. That's why we're gonna do that now. And Jade's gonna help us do that as well. If you have any grounding blocks, work with this crystal as well. So good stuff. And so also too, it was in a lot of ancient cultures used to bring in like health. People felt that it extended someone's life, but then it was also good to have when they are passing, going into the spirit realm, but also known as giving protection in the afterlife. So that's another really big thing with this. I'm seeing a really good question here, so I want to answer it. Let's see. Is there a link with the prophetic feelings or claircognizance? Oh yeah. Well, Shannon, it sounds like you had that experience the night of the eclipse. That's exactly what eclipse energy does. So for sure, let's see, prophetic feelings. Oh yeah. And the crystal of the month. So Shannon, I think you're just tapped into what we're talking about today as well and already experienced it because, excuse me, not the crystal mount, the animal totem is prophetic. Oh yeah, it means like a new spiritual awareness and gift is entering into your life. So if you already are claircognizant or you're really starting to explore that, that's what working with this totem too is going to do. You guys are doing the thing where you could just kind of already know, you're already tapped in and know where this is going, which makes this very, very fun for me. I mean, it already is. I mean, it felt like I hadn't really done this and talked to you guys in like 3 months. I can't believe how quickly March flew by, but here we are talking about this too. So what's really great coming back to Jade is like ambition. If you struggle with that or really like being in that ambitious flow, this is about ambition and really seeing like the eternal abundance of the universe and really having like limitless abundance and really seeing that like I can have limitless achievements. I don't need to be in scarcity over what I'm trying to do. It doesn't mean pressure yourself to do a bunch of things, but this is like an expanding crystal that says, no, I have abundance consciousness in all areas, in health, in prosperity, in money. Of course, it's going to represent money too. A lot of crystals can have that, but green crystals usually represent that. And we're in a very earthy month. So that theme's going to come through as well. But why I like Jade, like when I was tuning into it, Jade says this: I don't need your permission to be successful. Yeah. And it talks that sassy like me too. Jade says, I'm going to be successful. I don't need your permission. So just kind of hear me saying that if you have any like fears of being seen or any like imposter syndrome, just, think of this Valley Girl shaman just talking shit and you'll get anything done. So there you go. Just kidding. I'm not a Valley Girl. Okay, so let's see. What do we need to talk about here? So, successful, thrive. I don't need your permission. I do what I want. That's what we got going on here too. But Jade is also wisdom and integrity. If I look at the chat, I will lose the plot and just start laughing and go down that route. So I'm just like reorienting here. It's not only good for the heart; it's good for your skin. You guys use the Jade rollers for your skin. It's good for that. It's good for the hair. So I did mention Leslie Frank's, not Lisa Frank, Leslie Frank's Stone Medicine book. That has so much information on how to use jade and the different types of jade. So I would refer to that if you guys want to do like the homeopathics, the tinctures, things like that. I just recommend holding jade here in the center of your hand. Just hold on to it. That's already going to bring harmony into your energy field. Putting it under your pillow, we talked about it. Some people put it right there on the pineal gland to help stimulate dream time too. It's going to work with the DMT that naturally occurs there in the pineal gland. So cool stuff here, and people will tape this to certain points in the spine to give them that healing. So like I said, if you're more interested in that aspect, look into it that way, right? I did mention, balancing overall well-being, like overall beautiful well-being, chi properly flowing through the body. You can just honestly put like a small piece in each hand and just hold it, sit with it. I like to meditate with jade. Locks me right in. Jade is amazing for that. It's so expansive. And it's also very important to cleanse very often. It's known to just absorb pathology and keep it in a place too where it's like not absorbing a lot of other things if you want to go like longer in between. So I wouldn't put it by like electricity. We don't need it to do that. We can put our black tourmaline or shungite by the electricity to deal with all the EMFs. So even like there's more to talk about. Now, one of my favorite things here with jade is it's said to carry it with you when you're hiking out in nature. When you go out into your big nature days, or if you're gardening or just relaxing outside, keep that with you. It's literally going to to like pull and really tap into and drive upon all of Earth's like life force and really bring that. Jade likes being in nature. It's a nature stone. Like I said, you saw how green it is, but basically too, it's going to connect you right with the life force of the planet. It's going to pull in more of that life force. Of course, always we say gratitude to Gaia for the life force, right, that she provides us. And then what happens? Well, it's going to bring that into your auric field. So if you really need a boost of the planet's life force, bring your jade with you outside, and then it brings that into your field. Now, what's cool about it is that if you can't go outside, having jade with you will like bring that energy in, like the signature of nature. Like feel into that signature of pure nature with you. And it's said to do this. It will bring the signature of nature into the most artificial environments. So, what does that look like to you? When I think of an artificial environment, I think of when I have to go to the Apple store and it's just all these computers because I get really just anxious in there and I get nauseous from all the EMFs in there. So that's the artificial environment. I would bring it in. I was in Best Buy the other day. I was like, yeah, I wish I had my jade. Artificial environment could be anything. It could be like your ex's house or like your twin flame's house. Who knows? Okay. So I chose violence. Just kidding. What else is an artificial environment? Anything that that word means to you, go for it. So let's see here. We're going to bring Jade into any environment to give a boost of nature into that place. Well, it's why it's an earth element stone in every sense of the word. That's why we want it with us. So I would bring it to you like in the airport too. I don't know. I don't like feeling other people's energy. I'm in the airport a lot. So that's what I would do that here. Let's see. Oh, that's great, Elizabeth, what you said. If you have no earth in your chart, oh, but you said you're already connected to it. There you go. That's your connection. So I would say this too. If you look at your astrology chart and you don't even feel like you have enough earth elements, get some jade. It's going to do that. Bring malachite into the scene. Go with green crystals in April. That's a really cool place that you want to do this. Okay. Couple more things here that I want to tell you guys about jade. So, oh, yeah, it does represent like money in a lot of respects, but what is it going to do? It's your relationship to it. So, first of all, it says, I know that the universe is abundant and can provide for me. So it's going to tap you into that stream and flow of the unlimited abundance of the universe. That's what it really does for you too. It represents fertility, so it's great to hold that as well if you have any issues with that. But also the animal totem represents fertility, which is pretty cool. Obviously, I didn't even really know like the depths of how connected the totem was going to be today with the crystal. It just kind of comes together really beautifully. And so this earthy theme we've got going on is super important. We know we've got Earth Day coming up in April, but for most of us, that's every day. We respect Gaia and we ground into Gaia and we get that beautiful energetic exchange that represents home. So green jade can also be that sense of home too, however you guys want to imbue it. So a few things that I like about this too is that it brings harmony for like business, relationships. So this is a crystal you keep in the home to bring harmony into that space. It's a crystal you want to keep in like your work environment too. So if you have like an office space and you see people, bring that. You can grid it, but also just like keep it there on the table. Like if you get this crystal ball, which I'm going to give you my crystal dealer, like that's who has the best jade. You're going to want to get it from my buddy Tommy at Tommy's Crystals. And I'm going to put that link for you in the description of this video. So you guys can go ahead and do that. A few things here too. So basically like this crystal promotes you enjoying like physical life, meaning I go out, I hike, I connect with people. So if you feel like that's hard for you, maybe as an introvert, hey, this will help kind of open up that pathway for you too. Another way you can make important connections is to come on one of me and Sarah's alchemy retreats. So let me just take a minute here to let you guys know that registration is open for our July retreat. So this is going to be very exciting because you're going to learn the alchemical arts. You're going to learn how to go into the quantum field and meet your higher self during my workshop. But the new thing that we've been doing these last few retreats is taking you guys crystal shopping. So we will go to the crystal shop and I will tune into your field and see which crystal is going to support you the most. So sorry, I got too excited. I do this on a collective scale when I'm bringing you the crystal of the month, but that's what we do on the retreats too. So if you have questions about crystals and what you need, that's a new thing that we're going to do. So you guys can go on my website, quantumspherehealer.com. You can sign up for my brand new newsletter, and then you'll get early bird registration updates, and then you'll be able to kind of plan accordingly, do future retreats. So there we go, guys. So a few more things here with that. So, I talked about like home and office energy is really important for us too, but like there's this quote that I want to read to you that I found out about Jade. So it's by Naisha Asian, and she says this: Jade teaches one to be the master of one's own money instead of money being one's master. That is super powerful. That is a paradigm shift in your money, in your finances, and in your views of abundance and scarcity consciousness, right? So if you feel like you've got some money blocks, bring this crystal into your space. It's going to really help you support that there. So a few more things here. It is really like, okay, I've talked about abundance and prosperity, but this is a connection to understanding the divine flow of energy and abundance. So basically, if you sometimes, get in this headspace of like feeling unworthy of success or abundance, this helps you see like the divine nature of abundance and be able to receive that way. That's why it's also super important here too. And thank you, Sarah. Early bird registration is already open for our summer alchemy retreat. So get on that now. Come hang out with us, in the vortex. It's always the most amazing time here too. And the crystals in Sedona are pretty amazing. We do take you to our two favorite spots. And at the end of this, I do want to talk about, the ethical purchases of crystals. And so I'm going to hook you guys up with my recommendation, but also know I'm fully aware of that. So that also is going to play into to the different recommendations I'm going to have with these moving forward. So a few more things here too. Jade is great for the energy body. It's going to stimulate so much energy and circulation. I would say if you have like a sluggish lymph system, it will help you with that as well. It just brings in that movement and that circulation. Walking in nature is going to do that for you too, but you got this crystal with you. So think of that like you have it from two different areas. That's why you also want to work with it too. Let's see what else we got here. You guys are so cool. Yeah, you missed the vortex, Jenna. We create our own vortex in our retreat, so you guys are gonna love it. Couple more things here with Jade. I don't know. I kind of like I love this crystal so much, and I just feel like if there's a crystal of the month that you maybe don't have yet, or you want something to kind of speed up the breakthroughs of your life, I would bring in Jade, and I would definitely pair it with the malachite. That's how I would personally work with this too. So a few more things here. It is going to go after the scarcity consciousness, fear of money, yeah, fear of poverty, greed, jealousy, any spectrum, and our relationship to our finances. That is what this crystal will bring harmony to. You're going to get the realizations, the thoughts, but you're going to see things pick up for yourself. That's one of the things that you want to work there here too. So a few more things that I want to mention here too. I talked about the abundance. This helps us like feel so abundant in our life too that we share it with other people. And that could be, sharing knowledge, information, love, openness, communication. That's what this crystal is going to do too. So, going back to this, I want to tell you guys that I showed you green jade. I did not show you Burmese jade. So basically, I mean, I don't know how to say this. I went through the rabbit hole of Burmese jade and the government of Myanmar's practices of just exploiting its people. It's horrific. Exploiting children, have them mine the Burmese jade. It's a specific type. It started being mined full time in the 1800s, and it's just brought so much turmoil. And so I found this out, and my friend Tommy, he sources his crystals directly. He's been buying them for 30 years, talks directly to the people who are mining them, knows where the mines are, etc. So I'm just going to say only buy your jade from him. That's what I'm going to say. Now, go to your local crystal shop. Okay, if it's not Burmese jade, that's like good to know. But like I know Burmese jade has a lot of important health qualities to it. That's why people need it too, right? And so obviously buying this like turmoil crystal, like that kind of just defeats the purpose of the exploitation, right? Like these people went through this. Now I want this crystal. No, I want you guys to stop exploiting people. That's what I want. I don't want you to go mine these crystals. So like it was really hard when I really went down the rabbit hole with Burmese jade because I'm like, okay, I don't own any of this, but I do know that my friend has it and it has been obtained from ethical practices. So it's tommyscrystals.com. I'm not an affiliate. I'm just telling you, this is my friend. This is who I buy all my crystals from. I'll put that once again in the link. And, if you are going to get Burmese jade, go talk to the people who run your crystal store. Go find out this information. When I buy my crystals from gem shows, I do talk to them. I want to know where their crystals come from. And some people can be very avoidant. There's a lot of issues with lapis lazuli now and where that's coming from. So I just wanted to share that with, our relationship here to these crystals. I love doing the crystal of the month. I work with crystals for healing. They've changed my life, but I'm always, very aware and careful of where I get them from. We should be asking these questions. It's like when we ask where our food comes from, right? Like we want to be doing that. So we want to do that with our crystals as well. So buy your jade from my buddy. And if you have any questions about that, we can do this in the chat. So, we had to get serious here. We had to get serious about it. Okay, so a couple more things here. So we talked about jade, and now there is a link between jade and our animal totem. Any guesses, you guys, here in the chat with the animal totem? Kind of gave you a sneak preview. This month's animal totem is the elephant. Yeah. This guy, it was right in front of you guys. It was right in front of you guys. Leopard. It's not a leopard, Sarah. Yeah. Powerful animal totem, you guys. Let's take a minute. Why? Well, we know this about our good friend. I know you guys know what elephants look like. Sorry, I'm just like, it's just so freaking cool. Oh, yeah, Ganesha, that's what we're talking about, Shannon. So, the most powerful animal in the animal kingdom, it represents ancient power, strength, our primordial, like royalty in that sense, who we are as creator beings, right? The feminine energy, family. And what's really interesting is it actually has different meanings, whether someone's like in a more matriarchal society or even a more patriarchal society, right? Like it has different symbolism depending on that culture. According to that gender. So it's really fascinating. This is one of the most cherished animal totems. We know this. I liked seeing your guys's. Okay, Jen, I have to share this. You got a tiger's eye elephant in the mail today. There you go. I did get a tiger's eye Ganesha when I was in Boulder from this Tibetan crystal shop. And I love it. So why do we need to talk about elephants during this very important Amorphati purposeful energy update? Well, higher self hooked it up. This is powerful. When you come across this symbol anywhere, this means your life is going to change in the whole concept of like your whole spiritual outlook. Okay. Getting too excited now. This is an awakening. This is such a strong symbol of power. It has been revered by so many societies. Of course, we know in India, in Africa, right? Southeast Asia, like this is so important. The white elephant has the same reverence as like the way the Native Americans revere the white buffalo. It is so, so important. So that's why we're talking about elephants today, right? And it's been said that the mothers of great spiritual teachers and masters have some sort of connection to elephants, like that they'll all have a dream about a white elephant. And one thing I found out here in my research is that there's a story that the Buddha's mother dreamed that a white elephant was entering her womb, and that it did. And that was her baby. And then, she gave birth to Buddha. So enough said. Do we even need to go into it? So really, really powerful stuff, you guys. If you want to work with this totem, it will unlock that ancient wisdom that's within you, that ancient power. Okay. A few things here too. What else do we know about why it's been revered? Well, we know it's a symbol of power, of fertility, royalty. Ganesha, the god of the Hindu god, right? Of wisdom and success and the remover of all obstacles. Yeah. Powerful, powerful, powerful. And that is why too. And I was like, I recently, I don't know if it's like recently, it's like the last couple years. Is time real? No. Last couple years, I've been so, so connected to Ganesha consciousness and really connecting with the power of this. And it really has changed, like, I feel like how I see life. So I do have a lot of elephants, different types of crystals that I keep around here, and then my little crystal Ganeshas that I have around the place. So really, really expansive energy. You really want to connect to this deep power, this ancient wisdom, the strength, the bravery, all the important symbols here that we have. Yeah, Irma, everyone did tap in to what I'm saying. You guys, I feel like you guys all have a story, in the chat with this update. You guys are just so, so connected here too. And so, with that said, too, this is what you want to think about. Okay. If the elephant comes to you, prepare to draw upon your most ancient inner wisdom. It's an activation. If you see an elephant in the dream, it's saying it's time to connect to your ancient power. You are going to reclaim your primordial royalty. It really means you're a god, start acting like it. That's what's about to happen. And when I just kind of went through my big, massive spiritual awakening, and I had a lot of pushback from my family, and I think like this might resonate with you guys. And so I was in a weird in between state where I knew I wanted just to continue to practice and develop my spirituality, but also go down the rabbit hole and really explore. And I had this dream that I was in my parents' house and I'm coming down the stairs and I see this massive elephant. When I'm telling you guys this, I can feel its presence from the dream still, and I'm looking at it in awe and wonder. And my family's kind of crowded around behind it, and they're really scared, kind of like cowering. And I'm basically just watching in awe. And then in the dream, my family's watching me like, oh my God, she's not afraid of it. Like, what's going on here? And I'm just watching it so calmly, just walk right past us. And in the dream, they're seeing me so confident. And then they're watching it pass too. That was my activation. Yeah, I just get chills talking about this. I want to tap in here too with the chat. So, yeah, that's the power of elephants. So, you guys, I know in the replay you can't see the chat. We are talking about module 2 for our retreat. So, if you're interested, Sarah said that that's going to be happening here too. So, let me see here. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys who watch my updates. I've met you in person and you've attended module 1 of our retreat. So we are developing, well, making the, official announcement, module 2, module 3, to continue going deeper into the alchemical arts, but also into the quantum. And so talking about the elephant and this is actually really symbolic too, because it's really about really exploring the depths of our power, our ancient knowledge. And we're talking about activations. You get all kinds of activations when you come on our retreats. And so there you go. So I also wanted you guys to kind of think about what I just shared with my dream and think about if you've seen any dreams with elephants. Ted Andrews has studied like cloud formations. He did these like psychic readings under the clouds, and he'll like tune in and read the cloud formation. And when he does this, he notices a lot of the clouds are elephants. And so elephants do have a connection to the clouds, according to his experience, and also to Neptune and all sorts of things. So if you are someone who is into clouds, you guys are cloud chasers, like to look at them, take an extra look here. See if elephant comes up for you. You're going to be communicated that way. So a few more things here too. The elephant represents us being strong in our own self, while maintaining important connections to our community, right? To our family. And so that's another really important thing here too that we want to talk about. So, what I thought was fascinating, maybe this like elephant thing's a Sagittarius, I don't know, but like they're known for having really good memory, but more so like it refers to never forgetting someone who's caused them injury. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. They have been known to seek revenge if they have the opportunity to. The elephants know, the elephants remember. I said this in a way as if I was making a threat. I'm totally not. I just feel like Sagittarians have good memories. And so basic good memory, I know I do from being in the quantum and the gamma brainwave state, but somehow that came out as if like I'm doing that. No, we just have good memories. Oh yeah, we don't let people mess with us. So kind of like an elephant. So there you go with that. Let me see what you wrote here, Lex. Um, Dreams about mammoths and mastodons. Not sure if that's the same thing. Well, the mammoth is directly related. The woolly mammoth is the ancestor to the elephant. So there you go. So Lex, basically what you did was a flex. Lex. You went for the ancient, most primordial elephant there. That's pretty cool. Oh, hi Kate. Let's see what you have. Let's see. Yes, you want to do module 2? Yes, you guys. Yes, I love this. I love seeing you guys here. Our last retreat we just had here early March, you guys, it was really magical. So if you've not attended, come join us in July. And for those of you guys who have attended, I can't wait for our next modules. And, you guys know the takeaway. It's this amazing community that gets cultivated. And then all the activations, all the wisdom, and really the family connection that comes through, which is directly related to elephant energy. So a few more things on elephant. Oop, 555 before we wrap up here. Um, oh man, they care. They grieve their lost ones. They know how to display sorrow. We've seen the marches or we've heard about like the elephant um funerals. How is it that I every time I adjust my hair, you guys, I make it crazier? Can someone tell me? Okay, sorry, I'm losing the plot. Um, they have a strong sense of smell, which represents discernment. You guys remember what we talked about in March? The fox, their sense of smell represents discernment. So when an animal has a very keen sense of smell, it means, yeah, they can smell out what the hell is going on. They got that sharp discernment. So if you do see an elephant symbol, it's telling you to pay attention and be very discerning too. And it also means too, like if you identify as like, hey, this animal is my spirit guide. This is my totem. It said, and then you would like be really supported by working with things that represent smell, like essential oils, and then incense too. You're going to get an even deeper healing and activation and connection to elephant energy by working with that. So that's pretty interesting stuff here too. A few more things here too. It also represents just opening up yourself to a world that maybe you thought was inaccessible. That's because of the power of the elephant and what it can do, accessing the spirit realm too. And what's really interesting is that like in different cultures and societies that have different like gender norms or rules, you will get a different important symbolism of what the elephant like would represent. So basically in the elephant world it is divided by gender. And so you've got the calves and then they live in this like matriarchal setup. So it's set up like following the feminine energies. You've got the baby, right? You got the child, you got the mother, and you've got the wise old woman. That's how they're structured. And we know how important that is with representing the child, the sacred mother, the old crone. Elephant societies show up that way too. And then with the males, they have the bulls come in when they need to like impregnate, but then they've got their own society going on. And usually, like the tough one runs that. And so, because of that, like fertility is an important symbol for both of those things. So, if you need support with fertility, hey, literally work with a jade elephant. That's going to help you out. But then in like male societies that run that way too, for the elephants, then what happens is the elephant's actually a symbol of libido. So that's what it means too. It could be for both, obviously, but I know for sure when I did my research on this that like sexual energy, libido is associated more with like the male society of the way these elephants, the way they set up their stuff here too. And so basically, if you need support in any of those areas, elephants, jade, that's going to support you. So fertility blocks, more life force, libido, passion. We don't really have to worry about, like, oh, does this go to this or that? Is this a masculine energy or feminine energy? You're going to be drawn to a totem. You're going to be drawn to a crystal that's going to balance you out. So just trust this if you're drawn to this, but also if you want support. So, okay, if you want fertility support, women, you want to get the Shiva Lingam, right? You want to get the crystal cola. So for men, it would be jade. That's how you want to work with these crystals too. Jade for women, of course, there is a point in the body where you want to tape a jade crystal for fertility. Leslie Frank's book is going to tell you where that is. I don't have that information for me too. Yes, they are matriarchal, Irma. They are powerful. So this is good for balancing out the feminine energy too. That'll balance that out in both a man or a woman. We need all that yin yang balance coming up. So there you go for that. So just a few more things and we're going to wrap up here too. So basically what's really beautiful is that like elephants, like they represent family, they love family. This energy represents being able to be loyal to your family, your community. You guys, this means chosen family too. Okay, that's what this means. Like these are my people and I'm loyal and I love deeply. Look at the way elephants care. Like they care for the young, they take care of the young take care of the old. They don't leave each other behind. Like that's why elephant energy is so beautiful. It's so loving. It's just so caring. That's how they take care of each other. So like they're so family oriented too. Like they know, okay, we value the herd, we respect it. We all work together to survive and make sure that we thrive. That's what elephants do. And so we can take from that symbolism, right? And how we carry ourselves as well. It's like mutual care for the young, respecting the sick, respecting the elderly. Really beautiful things that we do, and but we hope we do, right, in a society where we care for those who are in need because we know we're abundant and we know it doesn't take from our abundance. That's what being in this consciousness and this state of mind in April can really support you doing. I'm already abundant. I'm a match to abundance. I'm going to call more of that in. That's April energy. That's also Jade. That's also the elephant. So you see how beautifully this is all coming together. So yeah, I made a couple of notes that I wanted to share with the elephants, and it's mostly this, like, it is a symbol of your purpose and power and prosperity. So what you want to do, so I do this with my malachite elements. Wow. It's time to go to sleep. My malachite elephants, for feng shui reasons too. So I do this with this one as well with the jade. The trunk is so powerful. This is what's calling in the chi, the life force. This is what you want for your feng shui. You want to point this directly at the front door of your house, or maybe it's in your room, to call in that stream of abundance. So if you want to get the jade elephant, or I highly recommend getting malachite elephants as well, you will find the best ethically sourced ones from my friend Tommy, and I'll put that link, like I said, for you too. So a few more things though. The elephant represents power and compassion. How important is it? What does power matter if you're not empathetic? If you have no compassion, you'll probably turn into the psychos that think they can do whatever they want in the world. I don't need to waste my breath naming them. You know who I'm talking about. But it means I'm powerful, I'm compassionate, but I'm determined, I'm persistent. True power comes from people, who have compassion in their hearts. Those are the leaders we want. And really, we want meaning within ourselves. We're the leaders. So let's embody that. So, what's this elephant going to do? This energy is going to have you embody your inner leader, right? You are royal. You're the leader. You're sovereign. That's what this symbolism is. But it also means I know how to take care of people too. I know how to love. I know how to share love. That's so important, right? What happens if we don't have the empathy gene? Means that that person's a psycho. So I said that last month. I just feel like saying it again here too. So a few more things here. Elephants are think of the word to describe an elephant: majestic. That word, their majestic beauty, it just reminds us of the divine, the majestic divine. Where have we lost connection to that word majestic? I don't feel like I did use that word recently. In Sedona, it snowed. We got a Snowdona retreat, and the red rocks looked majestic. Sarah and I were just staring at them, and we said the same thing. We said, like, this just looks so majestic. That's how elephant energy feels like. That's how, when I told you guys about that dream I had, I was in awe of just like, wow, this is majestic. This reminds us, let's be in awe of the universe. Let's be in awe of the all. That's why it's so important to connect to this space as well. So let's wrap up, our beautiful, beautiful elephant. Just, I don't know why I did that. Okay. Our beautiful elephant. This Zoom is going crazy. Empowerment, loyalty, loyalty, spiritual connection, right? Purpose, power. That is the elephant here. Now, also know this: if you need to strengthen something in your life, if something in life needs a boost, that is when we want to call in the animal totem. So there's different ways we can do it. Call this forward before dream time. Say hi yourself. I would like to dream about elephants, or do any sort of lucid dreaming practice. I that's how I work. I just ask my higher self, like, if I need, certain energetic protections before going to sleep. You set the intention of what you want to dream about. So if you want to start seeing elephants, start that way, or maybe just, say it out loud to the vibration of your voice. Carries this message throughout the universe. You start seeing, elephant totems showing up on TV, a sticker somewhere, an item. If you go to like a store like World Market, you're going to see elephants everywhere. I don't think that's cheating, but there you go. If you go somewhere though where you can see them, like, Africa, um, there you go. Be in awe of the wonder that is the most majestic, powerful being that represents love, beauty, taking care of each other, connection. I also like to remind you guys, you can just print out a picture and keep that somewhere you can see it. You can make it like your screensaver on your computer, on your phone. This way you're connecting with that energy. We're very intentional, right, when we do energy work. So you have this animal somewhere, you can look at it. You're working with that energy. You're going to be clearing up a lot of obstacles, right? We talked about our Ganesha energy, right? Removing the obstacles. Well, if we have obstacles to that prosperity or that purpose or that abundance, let's work with elephant energy. Let's work with Jade. So this is what we do when it all comes together here too. So basically, what else is there to say about elephants? They're amazing. If you want to strengthen the bond with your most intimate, most sacred relationships, connect with this energy. Really think about it. Receive what it's trying to tell you. It can help you, even come up with the certain conversations that you need to have to strengthen a bond in a relationship. So that is my presentation for this month's energy update. Before we wrap up, I want to open it up to a few questions. Let me know. Let me check the chat here. Let's see. Do you guys have any questions for me at all before we wrap up? I know that there was some great conversation here. About what we're doing coming forward with like attending the retreats and stuff. So remember, if you want to join, sign up now, and we're going to see you guys very soon in Sedona in July here too. So why don't we just take a step back and wrap up April energy? This month, we are going to love our fate. We're going to look at our cards. We're going to say, thank you, universe. I'm going to play the hell out of these. I'm going to make this the best life ever. I'm not afraid. This is what I've been dealt. Watch what I'm going to do. That's the energy. That's the power. Now think purpose. Think the manifestation that's coming through. Think of just physicality, what we're here to explore. Can we infuse that with love and reverence for nature? With the crystal of the month, that's going to remind us of that. Can we be reminded of how powerful we are and the importance of this spiritual journey when we look at the animal totem, which is the elephant? It's all coming together, you guys. It really is. Now, remember, listen to this. Think about Amor Fati. Get really confident. Work on that expression between now and the Lionsgate portal. You're going to see everything really, really blossom for you. I am wishing you such a beautiful month ahead. I love you guys. It is so awesome to connect with you in the chat and here. And I will see you guys very soon at the end of April. Have a beautiful, beautiful night.